the question you asked was a continuance of something we spoke about last week, where we noticed that Google Analytics enhanced tracking has something called the form submit event. And I'm recommending to you, however, to create a landing page and track the page view of that landing page as the lead or the form submission. Because and so the question was last week, what's the difference between form submit and a page view of a confirmation page? So you had actually gone into some clients and looked at some data. And it said for the last 90 days, the event for the automated measuring, which is form submit, has 105 form submissions from 56 users. While the manual thank you page were 52 from 47 users. So almost half the people saw the confirmation page then submitted the form. With the automated tracking, so I guess I'll address that for a second. I don't think you're asking the question, but to clarify for those who weren't here, the form submit means the form submit button was pressed, but it doesn't know if the form was valid. So if you require a phone number and they don't have a phone number in it, it's going to call it a form submit, even though they didn't give you all the information. Or if they if your form has email, making sure the email address is a valid format, and they type something that's not an email address in there, right? It'll let you hit the submit button, which Google Analytics tracks as a form submit, but this will not trigger the confirmation page. So what this is saying is 105 people tried to submit, or 105 times, 56 users tried to submit the form and failed. And some of them failed because only 52 times from 47 users actually hit the confirmation page. So we had talked about potentially using that to measure, is our form too complicated? Are we being too restrictive? And in that case, it looks like 105 submissions by 56 users says, wow, like a lot of people are trying really hard to submit something, but it's not being accepted. Right?
Could a question about the submit button, could one of the things that trigger the submit button be a bot and they just don't get past it, or no?
So bots can't click buttons. Bots submit by, Dave, can you help me? Get or post.
I don't recall. Yeah.
So there's, at the beginning of a form, there's a protocol, which is called the get protocol or the post protocol, that sends it to the back end.
Okay, good.
So the bots do is they go and say, oh, I'm just going to post directly and skip the form. Because
because that was a question my client had, because mine was a lot lot larger difference than an I was, and that was a question my client had. So
right,
perfect.
Yeah, okay. But then Anoa asked another question.
Before you go on,
sorry.
Before you go on from there, and I don't know, I never thought about this before, but I'm wondering, is there a way, say it's a gravity form. Anoa, is it a gravity form or contact form 7?
It is a gravity form.
I wonder if there's a way to find out what the errors are.
Interesting.
Oh.
I never thought about it before, because it seems like it's important, because if you're getting 52.
Yes, they're one part that they're not.
And it's like 8% or whatever that's not going through. What is that part?
So if only people were taking a Google Analytics study course and were to apply the custom dimension and values, what you can do is you can insert into the form submit certain values. That would take a little JavaScript and probably Tag Manager to do, but you could potentially add additional information in the values of the form submit event. At which point you could then start to troubleshoot, non-submitted because it was an invalid email address, not submitted because there's no phone number, or whatever. Not submitted because JavaScript wasn't enabled. Whatever Gravity Forms states is the problem, I'm sure there's a way to insert that information into, but that's okay.